So, thanks. Give it up for Celeste, everyone. He's been doing an okay job.
Yeah!
One of my favorite jokes from Celeste is how he talks about how he's the only dude with the only male with the name Celeste. And it's like, man, you only got that name because as soon as you came out of your mom's pussy, they thought you were a Hawaiian lesbian. Because that's what you look like.
Yeah! With a big dick.
Guys, it's true. Look at him. Look at him.
Or a large labia.
He's very large. Shut up, son. So last week, went to a party on Daniel Island. It was my first time being on Daniel Island. Do you guys know like the rumors? Okay. Daniel, yeah, you guys heard about this? Do you guys know?
I live there.
Do you?
This was the DI.
Yeah, man. Do you have like flamingos out in your lawn? Oh, yeah. So I went out there for a party, not knowing what to expect. Kind of got dragged out there, and I'm the type of guy who doesn't like boring conversations. I guess there's some times where I just completely check out during conversations. And at one point, this guy that I was talking with, I kind of came to because I heard him say, "Yeah, man, she's a super smooth ride. You should totally see her with her top off." And so naturally, because I'm a dude, I was like, "What are we talking about?" And he asked me about me and mine. And so the only thing I could think of in that moment to cover both bases, because I had no idea if he was talking about his wife or his car. So I was like, yeah, mine, she leaks a lot after every ride. There's this smell that I just can't get rid of. And truth be told, man, she's a hand-me-down from my dad. And he just looks at me and he's like, okay. And he looks at me and he's like, all right, man, cool. And so I just had to keep going with it. And I'm like, if I have to be honest with you, I'm looking to trade her in for a younger Japanese model. But I love telling jokes in a bar because I'm a big drinker myself. I love drinking. I drink too much and my wife hates it. She complains a lot because it affects the coochie, you know what I mean? Your beaver cleaver turns into a pool noodle. Yeah? Hey, my wife, and so my name's Al, but my wife, she calls me mean names. She'll call me Al Dente because I can only get kind of hard. Yeah, I know. She's a very mean woman.
That's whiskey, right?
That'd be whiskey dick, so very close. She's a little bit more clever, you know. She called me that al dente. And I do look like the type of guy who goes, hey, it's a bad day to be a beer, you know what I mean? So. But I am getting old, or so Facebook told me. I'm getting old based off of the Instagram ads I'm seeing. I keep seeing like ads for hair transplants and penis pills. And like that's not who I am. Like I plan on balding gracefully and taking penis pills. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier, I think. But I do love Charleston, and I think living in Charleston, we do forget that we live in the Bible Belt area. But as soon as you leave and you get outside, you realize that we are pretty much in like this confused boner territory because every billboard, 50% of them are where to find Jesus, and then the other 50% is where to find the adult superstore. There is this one specific billboard that I absolutely love, and I don't know where it comes from or who it's for. But it just says, shackled by sin, Jesus will set you free. And I'm thinking, there's so many other safe words to use than Jesus. I don't know. It is so silly. I just think that all of the billboards in this specific town were bought up by either the adult superstore or the churches. And they all ran out of money, but there was one left, and they're like, hey, how about we go halvesies on this one? Do you guys like porn? You guys have a corner bar there, and you guys like to watch porn? Midget porn, that's your favorite? What about threesomes? Do we like threesomes?
Yeah.
Threesome porn? Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. All right, so $1 million question. If you are watching threesome porn, is it 2 girls and 1 guy, or 1 girl and 2 guys? Right? Yeah, I agree, man. And girls are way more delicate and like dainty around the dude. It's so much more enjoyable. I accidentally watched one where it was the 2 dudes and 1 girl, and it just looked like I was watching 30 minutes of a car crash, man. And that was the only time I was like, okay, yeah, I will show you my ID in this instance. I do think I watch porn a little bit differently than a lot of you, though. Just because I've watched so much of it, I had to spice things up. So I started watching porn in reverse. And I highly recommend it. Like, there's this specific bukkake video that I was watching, and if you watch it backwards, once you get past how unrealistic it is for a bunch of dudes to vacuum cum off of this Japanese schoolgirl, you realize they're just trying to help her out of a sticky situation. Hell yeah, man. It's like watching the Ghostbusters, I guess.
Who you want to call?
You're all girl one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look on slow.
So I became a dad recently. Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. It's my wife says that like my laziness is getting in the way of taking care of the baby, and I'm like, listen. And that might not be the first thing that I should say to her. I'm like, I shouldn't be like, listen, like that, like that. But I'm like, listen, we both don't need to be breastfeeding. But I do shower with my kid just out of pure convenience and the effectiveness. And I will say showering with your kid is a lot like having tattoos. Eventually you forget they're there. I think the only difference is I've never accidentally peed on my tattoos.
Oh!
Accidentally being the key word to that joke. All right. But I do realize, like, now that I am a parent, there are a lot of other parents that will just assume your kid's going to be good at sports based off of their size. They're always saying stuff, and this is something that I heard recently. They're like, man, your kid is so tall. You should put him in basketball. Really teach him how to box out. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, all right, Carl, relax. That's a Fisher-Price basketball hoop. Don't look into this at all, right? But I felt like I needed to compliment him back, and so I had this generic response. I was like, thanks, man. Yeah, you and your kid, super cute. You should really teach him karate. I think he really needs to learn to defend himself. Yeah, very kidnappable face. Your kid is very kidnappable. I guess I just took it too far. I don't know. But I took karate as a kid, and one time my dad dropped me off at the dojo, and it was closed. It was a holiday, so they were closed. And at that moment, I realized that karate doesn't teach you how to fight abandonment. What I did fight was tears as he drove away. But I think teaching kids karate, in hindsight, is one of the most dumbest, idiotic thing that you could do. Because imagine, right? A 60-pound kid learning how to karate chop and roundhouse kick. I mean, that's not self-defense. To a 200-pound guy with a ponytail, that's a body massage. Man, that's all we're doing. That guy's like, hey man, 4 plays over, in the back of my broken down bang bus you go. All right, y'all, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for just being and hanging out. I don't care. Thanks for hanging out.
God's
I'm held up. Good up and stuff, guys.
I hope at sometimes I won't. I feel feel good, sometimes I don't. Hey.
All right, keep it going, guys. We're Alex. No. Who's German and Jewish. And that's okay in my book.